In 1971, psychologist Philip Zimbardo conducted an experiment that revealed the dark side of human nature. At Stanford University, volunteers were randomly assigned roles as prisoners or guards. This is the story of how power corrupts. The Stanford Prison Experiment was designed to last 2 weeks, but was halted after 6 days due to its shocking results. Participants were ordinary college students, yet their behavior changed dramatically within days. Zimbardo transformed the basement of a university building into a makeshift prison. Guards wore uniforms and mirrored sunglasses to dehumanize them. Prisoners were given numbers instead of names. Within hours, guards began to exert their authority with arbitrary punishments. The psychological stress caused some prisoners to break down emotionally, begging for release. As the experiment progressed, the guards' behavior became increasingly abusive, while prisoners exhibited signs of hopelessness and despair. Both groups embraced their assigned roles fully. The ethical boundaries of the experiment were crossed when Zimbardo himself adopted the role of warden, becoming immersed in the situation he had created. The experiment demonstrated how situational factors can override individual moral values. It raised critical questions about the nature of good and evil in all of us. Despite its controversial nature, the Stanford Prison Experiment continues to influence discussions on human behavior, ethics, and the potential for abuse of power. This experiment serves as a stark reminder of the ease with which ordinary people can become perpetrators of injustice when placed in positions of authority over others. Participants in the Stanford Prison Experiment were randomly assigned roles as guards or prisoners. The experiment aimed to study the psychological effects of perceived power and helplessness. Guards were given uniforms and instructed to maintain order. They quickly adopted authoritarian behaviors, demonstrating how power can corrupt even in controlled environments. Prisoners faced harsh conditions, including sleep deprivation and physical restraints. Their behavior changed dramatically under the stress and isolation of their new environment. Zimbardo observed that guards began to dehumanize prisoners, using numbers instead of names and denying basic needs like bathroom breaks and food. Psychological distress became evident among prisoners, leading some to break down emotionally or physically. This highlighted the severe impact of authority abuse. The experiment was originally planned for 2 weeks, but had to be halted after 6 days due to escalating tensions and the deteriorating mental state of participants. Despite ethical concerns raised by the experiment, it provided valuable insights into human behavior under conditions of extreme power dynamics. The Stanford Prison Experiment has been criticized for methodological flaws and ethical violations, but its findings remain influential in discussions of power and morality. Ethical guidelines for psychological research have since been tightened, reflecting the lessons learned from the experiment's controversial outcomes. The experiment's portrayal of human nature is complex, showing that individuals can adapt to roles imposed upon them, often with unexpected consequences. It raises questions about institutional practices and the potential for abuse when power is concentrated in the hands of a few. The experiment's implications extend beyond prisons to other environments where power dynamics play a crucial role, such as workplaces and schools. Understanding the psychological impacts of power and authority remains essential for preventing abuses in various societal institutions. The Stanford Prison Experiment continues to provoke debate and reflection on the nature of human behavior and the limits of moral responsibility. Its findings remind us of the importance of oversight and accountability in positions of authority to prevent the corruption that can arise from unchecked power. The experiment's legacy underscores the need for continued research and dialogue on how power influences human actions and interactions. By examining the dynamics between those in power and those subject to it, we gain deeper insight into the complexities of social behavior and ethics. The experiment's impact extends beyond psychology, influencing fields such as criminology, sociology, and organizational behavior. Its relevance persists in contemporary discussions about justice, fairness, and the treatment of individuals within structured systems. The Stanford Prison Experiment serves as a cautionary tale, highlighting the potential dangers when power is not balanced by compassion and respect. It prompts us to consider our own capacity for both good and harm when placed in positions of authority or subjugation. Through ongoing analysis and discussion, the experiment contributes to a broader understanding of human behavior and the ethical dimensions of power. Ultimately, the Stanford Prison Experiment reminds us of the critical need for vigilance and ethical awareness in all aspects of society. As we reflect on its lessons, we must strive to create environments where power is used responsibly and ethically for the benefit of all. The experiment's findings suggest that situational factors heavily influence behavior. Individuals adapt to roles and expectations, often leading to unexpected actions. These insights underscore the importance of institutional oversight and ethical guidelines. Zimbardo's study has been replicated in various contexts, revealing consistent patterns of abusive behavior. This consistency highlights the pervasive nature of power dynamics and the potential for corruption in authority roles. Critics argue that the experiment lacks ecological validity and may have been influenced by Zimbardo's expectations. However, it remains a powerful reminder of the psychological impact of situational pressures and the need for vigilance. Despite criticisms, the Stanford Prison Experiment continues to shape our understanding of human psychology under stress. It prompts us to examine how power dynamics affect behavior and calls for ongoing scrutiny of authority structures. The Stanford Prison Experiment revealed the profound impact of situational forces on human behavior. Even in controlled settings, power dynamics can lead individuals to act against their moral compass. While the experiment faced ethical criticisms, it sparked vital discussions about human nature, authority, and the conditions under which good people might commit evil acts. Its findings underscore the importance of understanding how institutions and systems can influence individual actions, shaping behaviors beyond personal ethics. In every society, power dynamics exist. The experiment reminds us to be vigilant about how power is distributed and used, ensuring it serves rather than corrupts. Understanding these dynamics helps us create healthier environments where individuals are less likely to succumb to negative influences and more likely to act ethically. By reflecting on the Stanford Prison Experiment, we can foster awareness and take proactive steps to prevent abuse of power and maintain ethical standards. We must recognize the potential for corruption within ourselves and our institutions, working collectively to uphold values that protect individual dignity and promote justice. As a community, we must remain vigilant, fostering environments where ethical behavior thrives and the corrupting influence of unchecked power is minimized. Let the lessons of the Stanford Prison Experiment guide us in building societies where the power dynamic supports fairness, respect, and the common good. Through education and awareness, we can ensure that future generations learn from past mistakes, promoting environments where everyone's rights and well-being are protected. By understanding the power of situational forces, we can work together to build a world where the corrupting influence of power is mitigated and ethical behavior prevails.